I've always had this story at the back of my head for a very long time now of a character who goes back to his hometown, realizing how much it has changed, but at the same time asking the question why he left in the first place. And part of me is hoping that this trip will help me find that story. And it's a bit personal, and I wanted to take this opportunity to just go to these places in Zamboanga, go back to those memories, find that nostalgia, I think. Also trying to figure out how much of a story I can tell, how much of myself I can tell with the story. Maybe later on you'll find this in one of the comics that I write. Yeah, so there. Hope you like this vlog. This is gonna be a very simple one. And we're here. Hello, Zamboanga. Okay. So time check, it's around 3:20 a.m. We're at the airport because we're flying to Zamboanga, and we're gonna do a couple of things there, but mainly because we were launching chapter 4 of Trinity. So if you're new to the channel, I'm writing a comic. It's called Trinity. I'm writing it, and si Dominic Abatit is the artist. And ito siya. Here's the book. Ito yung cover ng chapter 4. Ayan. So launching it first in Zamboanga. So it's gonna be first release in Zamboanga, and then in a month's time then we're releasing it sa Manila. So hopefully you guys can read it. But also I'm gonna show you around Zamboanga. Basically it's my hometown. So let's go.
Episode and the overhead bin or beneath.
Good morning. Hi. Hello. Hindi naman kailangan. Good morning. So we're here in Zamboanga. We're here in Zamboanga. Di na ako nakapag-vlog upon arrival kasi wala akong tulog. So pagdating namin, natulog kami buong araw. So basically this is technically day 1. Later on, we're gonna set up shop sa Time Cafe for the launch of Trinity volume chapter 4 rather. Trinity chapter 4. But before that, at may oras tayo, we're here at Yakan Village. I'll show you some scene natin dito. But just check out kung meron dito sa Yakan Village, and if you're planning to go to Zamboanga, this is one of the few spots na that you should visit. So then, let's go! Sa metro.
1 meter. Pero pag yung mga liit-liit lang po, dalawa. Patapos na isa.
After Yakan Village, we're here at the Vista Del Mar. So resort siya, but we're just gonna stay here for lunch. Dito tayo kakain. And wala tayong reservations, so pero mukhang available naman ang place. So here we are. Good morning. We're here at Paseo del Mar and we're gonna visit the Great Santa Cruz Island in a few. So, hanatin lang natin. We're gonna do register tayo tapos may konting orientation before we go to the island. So, let's go. Now here at the Great Santa Cruz Island. Kakaan lang namin, kakadaon lang. So we're taking a short walk, but later on papasyalan natin yung lagoon. We're gonna touch some jellyfish. And look at the stingless jellyfish. Hindi ko maalala yung scientific name na sabi ni Kuya sa orientation, but yeah, there's a, sabi niya ano daw yun, parang may version of a plastic friend daw yung jellyfish dito. Basta yun, hindi ko na maalala yung joke. If you touch the sand, makikita mo yung mga pink na particles dyan. These are parang crushed corals din. So kaya medyo pinkish yung yung kulay ng sand dito. That's why it's called the pink sand beach. Okay, we're here now at the CineChavacano Film Festival. Napadaan na rin ako since nandito na rin ako, so I wanted to see short films from Zamboanga filmmakers. So, let's go. Just got out of watching all the 10 short films from CineChavacano. I'll go with my thoughts on my favorite tree siguro of the set. We'll not talk about the rest, or probably you just find it on my Facebook or on my threads, or probably I'll write about it on my Substack. But for the tree, here I go. I really like how the characters are framed and blocked in El Mirada. The cinematography feels intentional in its use of light and aspect ratio. There is a sense of claustrophobia as we observe the relationship between a young woman, her parents, and her sister. And you can already sense her parents' control over her life choices, especially the food that she eats. And this builds into a form of body dysmorphia that crawls under your skin. It is a sad film because there's a sense of freedom and identity that gets lost from a single stare from a parent. Amarillo felt a little personal to me because it tells a story of a character who returns to Zamboanga to finalize the sale of her grandmother's house. There's a clear intent to use a 2-camera setup, maybe even 3, because the editing captures the corners of the house from multiple angles. There's also an intention in the use of the color yellow in the film's visual storytelling. My only gripe is how the film leans into melodrama when the sisters converse, but still, as a story about a grandmother's love for her grandchild who was taken away from her, Amarillo pulls at the heartstrings. Con vida llega muerte, con muerte llega vida. This was the most refined film among the 10 entries, and you can see its cinematic quality in the way it was produced. It follows a high school boy who finds his school empty of students and searches for the girl he has fallen in love with across different places on campus. And I love how the film frames youthful dreams, the feeling of loving and being loved at a young age, and the desire for peace in a world riddled with war. The school landscape places these characters on a journey that may seem like a path to heaven, but also a place of peace where the young can grow. So yun, those were my 3 favorites at CineChavacano. Amazing work from these 3 creators, from these 3 groups of production groups. Really like the last one that I mentioned. Sobrang bilib ako sa production, sobrang bilib ako sa writing. And yeah, there's really some good filmmakers in Zamboanga, and you just have to watch out for these na sana they can go mainstream, or we can watch them in Cinemalaya soon. Pero yun, these shorts, itong 3 shorts na to, hopefully we can see more of them in the future. Yeah. Good morning, we're here at a Fort Pilar Shrine, and makita nyo yung mga pigeons sa background. Mga pigeons sa background. Yeah, we're here to offer our prayers muna before we start our day. So, let's go. So after doing our shopping and barter trade, we now take our flight back to Manila and remember the stories that we have gained from our visit in Zamboanga. And if you like this vlog where I mix travel and cinema, make sure to like and subscribe. And that's it for me. Thank you and see ya!